Hi everyone, this is Cyrus for bestebookreaders.com. Today I'm showing you what's in the box when you get Google Glass. So I heard about Google Glass a while ago and I was skeptical. I'm not one of those guys who need to have the latest gadgets. Obviously we buy a lot of tablets and review them here for you guys. But really it's not something like I think about, which gadget I'm gonna get next time because I really need to have more gadgets. That's not my thing. And Google Glass is not a cheap device, and I thought, who needs a pair of glasses? It looks silly probably, and you're not going to be able to do anything. But once you actually put it on and play with it, the ideas come to you. It's a technology that's not perfected yet. And think about the first iPhone, but 10 years earlier, something that you're not seeing all the applications for it maybe now, but once you play with the apps, you see the translator application that they have available that's actually very nice, and you see translations the right corner of your right eye, obviously, and it happens really fast. So it's one of those things, and obviously I have to show you that before you can actually see how cool that is. But you get Google Glass, you get your touch panel, you get your buttons. Obviously you want to be aware of and be familiar with all the features that your glass has, because you are going to use a touch panel to communicate or to use your glass, and it's very simple. It's like your iPad or iPhone or Android device. You just have to learn. You try it once and you realize how to navigate left to right and up and down, what they do, and that's pretty much it. And you tap obviously to open menus and things like that. Obviously you can speak and say okay glass, and I mean we have all heard of that, and they've been around, so it's not a completely new device. So you get that, you get one of these mono versions of these earbuds. You can get the stereo version for $85. I wasn't going to spend $85, but maybe I will and just review it for you guys just for the fun of it. And you can also get these shades. It feels like a sunglasses still. If you're worried about people punching you and grabbing your glass, or maybe you just don't want to look like you have, something that people looks strange to people, maybe. I mean, you shouldn't really think that, because it's a piece of technology that's fun to use, and people might actually ask you to, if they see you with this, they might ask you if they want to try it or think, At the same time, if you're worried about that and you think that the shade that you get is gonna actually cover that, it's not. You're still gonna look like someone who has Google Glass. So don't kid yourself that if you put that on, all of a sudden people are not gonna be able to see what you have or what you're doing. So that's one of those things. Google also includes help, so it shows you how to put it on. It has information all over the place. All these boxes have things written on them. It actually has a document that I do encourage you to read, because it tells you how to use and how not to use, how not to be a glass. I don't want to say the word. It's just someone who is a jerk basically with glass, and we have terms for them online. I'm sure you maybe heard of them if you've been active on Google Plus or Reddit or sites like that. And so that's one thing. You want to read the document, and obviously it's important to learn how to use technology that people may not be comfortable with. People are worried about their privacy, so that's important. You get one of these adapters. You get a cable. This is not a video out cable. You can actually connect your Google Glass to your Android device over Bluetooth and see video there. So don't mistake it for a HDMI. It's not an HDMI cable. And you get one of these pouches. Obviously, if you have lots of pets like I do, you end up with all kinds of things on it. But it's actually useful because it keeps your glass protected. You get, as I mentioned, you get help on all these pieces, and that's nice actually. So you're not on your own. You can call a number. You can go online and ask for help, and they help you out. As far as the glass touch panel goes, very simple, up and down and left and right, and you can also turn it on and makes a sound when you turn it on, and when you're doing commands. So you get used to it, and I don't know if you heard the sound, but that's pretty simple stuff. So glass has the camera, it has the ability for you to install applications, and you can also fit it so you feel comfortable using it. One thing I would say is it's a little bit underrated as far as what it does. No, I wasn't a Glass fan. I was skeptical about it. I thought it was overrated. I still do think it's not worth the money they're charging. If they want to charge that for when the Glass hits the market, I don't think that's worth it. But I don't get the impression that Google is going to charge that kind of money when they release this to everyone. This is for beta users who want to get a head start with the new technology, and you want to write applications, do all kinds of cool things. And if you're keeping up with the API, there's some exciting things happening. So you want to be aware of those. There are advantages of paying that money. It's like an investment to get ahead. Think about it. Let's say you know what we know about the iPhone. And I'm not saying this is going to be as popular as the iPhone. But what if you could actually get the iPhone a year ahead of time or 2 years ahead of time and actually develop applications at the time, or learn how to write applications for it before anyone else? I mean, that's one thing. Obviously, you can all learn how to use it for business. You can learn how to do it for your class, education, all kinds of things. And that's the main thing for me. That's why I paid that kind of money for this. Obviously, I wanted to review it for you guys as well. But the advantage of actually getting familiar with wearable technologies, because they are going to be here. You're going to have a smart clothing, you're going to have shirts, you have shoes, you have glasses, you're going to have augmented reality lenses in the future. So these are all coming. So the sooner you actually get used to them and the way they're going to change our lives, the better off you're going to be in the future. So even though the price, I thought it was obscene, it's just high, for technology like this, but it's down the line, it's going to pay off. And obviously it's a pretty cool gadget also once you get used to it and install applications. So Google Glass, you pay it. If you know someone who is using it and they have invitations, and I'm not sure if it's still working. That's how I got mine. Someone was kind enough to send me an invitation, and I went online. You have 7 days to take advantage of the invitation, or it expires. You pay it. There's tax obviously, and then you can buy accessories such as the stereo, earbud, and things like that, and it ships to you very fast. Great team behind it, and they try to help you out. So, and there's a huge community of people that are actually dedicated to this. There are sites already, blogs about it. So you have a lot of help going. So don't be afraid if you're not sure if you want to get Glass, and you think maybe you're not going to be able to use it or learn it. It took me maybe 5 minutes to actually learn everything about it as far as using it and how to take a picture, how to go through photos, how to install applications. So very simple, and all the information is available online. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please go to bestebookreaders.com. Thanks again for watching, guys.